Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life After Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Right now, Barbara apparently got disconnected.
Oh.
And but I mean, you know, I'm sorry about that because I'm texting her right now, and it's that's those things happen. I mean, it's not like we're not faulting her for technical support. She's all the way from in Germany, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. Maybe she'll feel better if we do it this way, or I want to make her feel better. The purpose of the show is what makes us happier, and Barbara definitely makes me happier. So I mean, if she's not here, she knows that I'm talking about her. I mean, the fact that since she's been in Europe, she's been willing to like show up at 2:00 in the morning and do shows and everything, and so I hope she'll call in. Now, what? As the show, I mean, when you think of how the show has made you happier, let's do this until Barbara gets back in. What?
Okay.
How has the show made you happier, Kelly?
Well, it's made me happier because I know that we're helping a lot of people, and I have gotten a lot of feedback from my friends and new friends that I've made along the way through the show. So I know that we're reaching a lot of people on so many levels. It's really, really heartwarming for me to know that I'm part of something that's so special to a lot of people. So it's really life-changing for me to be part of something so big.
And I never, when I created it, I never thought that it would be looked at like that. I mean, you just sort of think this, you just make a show, but like for example, with you and Barbara, and I want to keep raving on her until she shows up. Then I'll keep raving on her again. But I mean, both of you make me happy because you're very motivating in a lot of ways, and it's just that it's very sweet to see someone who just basically it's sort of like you have a lot of appreciation for the fact of what it is we're trying to do. I mean, and I think I could not have given a better name. So I think I don't think I could have given it a better name. I mean, don't you think so?
I totally agree. I think that definitely encompasses everything that we're going for. I think it brings everyone together, and it is definitely all-inclusive, and that's exactly what we're going for.
Right. I know. I mean, it feels like, I hope Barbara is able to call in. If not, I mean, I think the listeners need to understand she's in Europe right now, so she's calling in from Europe, and she's basically, her phone system is using a different kind of phone system to call in. So if she's not able to call in, it's not anything she's doing on purpose. Just let everyone know. I don't want, but I mean, like I'll talk about you individually, if that helps. Like for example, one of the things that you individually do that makes me happier is the fact that I know that you talk about how well, I would like to see the schedule, or I mean, it's sort of like it's like in a way it sounds like a second grade teacher looking for a homework assignment, but what you're actually doing is you're saying that you want things to go well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, I want things to go well. I want to know what to look forward to. I tend to help out with. Lately, I've been helping out with the show descriptions or helping you with those. So I want to make sure that our listeners know what to expect and what to look for and what to plan around. And if we don't have that together in enough time for them to plan, then they may miss something they would have looked forward to if they'd known about it. So, we're trying to work hard on getting that out there in a timely manner, and it's not always been doable with our different schedules and things happening in life, but, we're trying to get there. So,
now,
yeah,
we have a caller, and I believe this caller is a regular. Can I put this person on?
Hey, yeah, that's great.
Okay. Lori?
Hello. Yes. Hi. How are you all? Happy New Year.
Listen, Lori, I
Happy
think
New Year.
Barbara is in Germany, but she is trying to call in. So I mean, we're raving on her because she's here. Just to let her know that we love her and everything. So, but I mean, Barbara is that I was talking like how Barbara has made how Kelly's made me happy, and the way that Barbara's made me happy is just that she's given me a lot more confidence. Barbara's given me a lot more confidence. She's made me feel and that's what Barbara's done. And Kelly is so there is Barbara right here.
Yay!
Hey, great. Woo! All right,
thanks, guys. Oh my goodness.
Barbara, just so you know, the 8 minutes that you haven't been on the air, I've been raving on how wonderful person you are.
Oh, you're so sweet, Johnny.
Well, because I didn't want you thinking that, I didn't want you feeling bad. I mean, this isn't anything to be ashamed of. I mean, I would hope that if Kelly were in Germany, she wouldn't feel ashamed or you're embarrassed by all of it. I mean, I know Kelly might, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these technical things, they happen. And we have Lori here. Lori, you know Lori, right?
Lori.
Kelly, Barbara.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is just an amazing forum. You guys always call from different time zones anyway. This one's just a little bit further. Barbara, you're amazing. Just everything you touch has that Midas touch. Your website is just gorgeous. I mean, the way that you put these shows together and the way that, Johnny and the way that Kelly and you all have such a beautiful synergy between you all.
Yes.
It's just the show looks effortless from my vantage point, but I know that it's definitely not. And I just wanted to thank you and Kelly and Johnny for making it all just flow together seamlessly. It's just a really nice show.
Well, you're welcome. And I'm so glad that you are acknowledging that. And what a better way to show everybody what this show means to us by having you acknowledge that, right, guys?
We should acknowledge that this is 2 a.m. where Barbara is. This is Trooper. She is up at 2 o'clock in the morning doing this.
You can tell.
Well,
everything she touches is done with that love, that passion, and that, excellence that that, hey, the best reward is making it all look seamless. And yet it's like perfection. You don't know how it got there. You just really, really appreciate it. And that's the way I look at the show. And it's because everybody is so kind-hearted, and everyone has such a giving nature that it's almost like a work of love that flows through you guys. And as a listener,
thank you.
Yeah,
as
a listener
compliment.
And someone who, I write for a living, I speak for a living, so I can only speak by what I see and by what I feel, and that's my perception.
I was going to tell you something, Lori. Something really interesting happened the other day. Kelly called me up and she said, Donnie, do you know? I think her name is Sanji Aline. I'm trying. Maybe I pronounced her name correctly, but did you approach her about being on the show? And I think that I said no, I didn't. And apparently this lady's been on I think she's been on Good Morning America and everything, and she's been on the show. She's like this motivational speaker. And I talked to her on the phone, and I said, well, she goes, well, I just wanted to let you know, usually these shows, they reach out to me and they ask me to come on, and you're the first show that I've approached and asked to come on. That, in other words, this lady asked specifically to come on our show rather than the other way around. And I was like, that really is impressive to me, because it means that it's like what we did was what those other shows couldn't do. It's like, and I said, well, what was it? And she said it was the name. It was so.
Really?
That's
the name,
amazing, huh?
The title of the show? Yes.
Yes. I'm not sure I can really remember her name. It was.
No, the name. She said the name of our show, right, Johnny? You were trying to say.
Yes,
that
the name of her show. Yeah,
she said it was the name that caught her of the show, our show, Life After Happiness. Is that what you were saying?
And Maureen Scanlon's her name, and she says that I'm so used to, people calling me, and you were the first show is like that. She reached out. And she, and then what happened was that she reached out to Kelly. Kelly wrote her, and then I said, okay, well, Kelly, give Maureen my contact information, and then go from there. And we did. We set up a time. So I mean, what do you think? What does everyone think about that? That's amazing, huh?
I think it's great.
That's the intention of the show,
Kelly? Right? Kelly. So Maureen got in touch with you and said, I like the name of your show. I mean, there must be more to it than that.
Well, she told Jonathan that part. Yeah, she told me that she was trying to get a hold of him to be on our show. And she didn't say why, but she was wondering how to do that, and so I gave.
You have to admit. I think the reason is that it did seem kind of unusual, because usually it's the other way around. If a lady can do all of those appearances, why actually reach out? Usually you're the reachee, So it's sort of. That's what amazes me. What we're doing today is like ways that the show makes you happier. Barbara, how does the show make you happier?
Well, I was thinking about that, but before I go into that, Johnny, please let Kelly explain what she was going to say about Maureen calling her and saying, hey, okay, go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, she had contacted us on our Facebook page, and she was, trying to get a hold of Jonathan. And it's kind of funny because everybody thinks that Jonathan is the one running to everything. Like, he's the only one that's going to be answering our pages, but, little do they know that his helpers are also answering the mail. So,
Right.
I let them know that, I'm the co-host and, I can give you the information and let him know, and that's what I did. But, she said who she was and gave, like, her information and her website and what, what she does. And so, I said, that sounds really interesting. I think that you would be a great fit for the show, and let me pass your information along, and he can probably schedule you on. And so I passed it along, and then they got in touch with each other, and I went from there. And then she contacted me back, and yeah.
Oh, that's so
it's
great.
Actually kind of funny. When I talked to her on the phone, I told her the story about how it was like. She goes, "Yep." She laughed and she goes, "You surprised her with the co-host thing, huh?"
Well, I can see how that would make you feel really good, Johnny, though, because, it makes you feel acknowledged that people are out there and they see, they're listening, and they care, and they reached out, because we're reaching out so much. And then finally somebody important reaches out to you, and that felt good to you. So that's great.
But actually, another thing is that when she calls, it's like, I know, it just got me thinking, because sometimes I wonder how this looks to people. Like, it got me thinking, are they thinking that Kelly is sitting at a desk somewhere? And, and then, yes, yes, I'll see to it. And, and then I'm going to go into the office, and that they're going to be, yes, there's a message for you, Doc. So it makes it seem almost like, but it's not how it works, but it's just that's how it feels. I don't have two secretaries. I don't have, but it's just,
that's
I always
probably
thought
not how it works very often anymore, really, because our world is our desk, right, Kelly?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But now the reason is that the show is an equal partnership. I certainly don't like. Every time I think about, I think of the movie 9 to 5, and I think, oh God, I don't want that. I don't want. That's, there should be.
Of course.
It should
we
be.
don't want that. Some people do like that because it kind of is the American way, where I understand that some people feel secure with that, and that's great because they know they have that stability and that job, and they're going to have that paycheck, and they know what that paycheck's going to be, and they have their balance, and they have it all set, and their bills are paid. That makes them feel secure. But there's other people in the world that are more thinking outside of that box. And, they have more goals, they have dreams, they have higher dreams, and there's no limits. And I think that's kind of the category that we fall into.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
I think I would go nuts if I was on Office Space, doing that that job. I'd be like, don't throw me in the cubicle.
oh yeah, I know.
Too.
So I think what it is I think what you like is the idea that you could be laying in bed in your pajamas doing the show, right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, aren't you wearing a bathing suit right now, Barbara?
Oh, gosh. Johnny, oh, my God. Is he crazy? He's so funny. Well, Priscilla and I are wearing bathing suits because we were going to, for one last swim before we get on our plane back to the United States, which is going to be wonderful to be back to normal, you guys. It really will be. But it has been wonderful being here in Germany and seeing everything but there's no place like home. So we're very excited about that and getting on the plane early this morning, which is already early this morning for us, but that's okay. So before the show started, Priscilla and she was jumping on the bed, and I was going through YouTube, and I just was thinking, okay, Johnny and Kelly, they have this wonderful idea about talking about what has the show done for us? What has it really done? And I was thinking, well, it's done a lot of things. And I listened to the Miley Cyrus song. It's about the climb. And it is, because we all have our struggles, and we all have our normal day with the normal things that happen, good or bad. And that's okay. But it is about the climb, because it's not about, oh, I'm happy if we're here, or I'm happy if we're there, or I'm happy when this happens or that happens. Every single day. And that, I got chills when I thought about that, because all of us, we have our lives, and it can be daunting at times. But when we really think about it, that's okay, because it's like everything. We have each other. We love each other. And, you know, we might go through big struggles, but all we have to do is say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for, you know, not acting right or being the best me. And my best friends are there to say, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. And that meant so much to me, because it has been a long 16 days here with this time change and dealing with everything and trying to deal with just everything, you guys. And so when I said that to Johnny and Kelly and they understood, oh my gosh, that's what it's all about for me. When you ask that question, what has the show done for me? That's it. That's the understanding and the love and the, you know, acceptance of, okay, it was hard, but I understand. And that meant so much to me, you guys, because this has been so difficult. And you know what? I've got one last day until I'm back to normal. And you were there for me. And I will always remember that. And that's why that song, it's about the climb. Every single day, it's about the climb. That's what it means to me. It's about the climb. It's about every single day with you guys.
1 to 10, what do you think of your vacation on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say, okay, when it was with a certain group of people, it was a 10. With another portion of people, it was maybe a 2 or 3. So I had a lot of diversity and a lot of challenges. So to stay positive, it was really hard. But thinking about what we're all about, trying to stay positive and getting through our daily problems and still trying to be positive and help other people, even though, you know, other people out there that call in, we help them so much. But nobody ever asks us, well, how are we doing? I mean, what's going on with us? But
so what you're saying is that
us four, we all know what we're going through.
It was sort of a network sitcom, but it was also a sitcom that's also a CBS drama that was also avoided, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It
was.
Yeah.
But it seems like even when I'm back home, it can be dramatic as well. So, but my point is that we all have our daily struggles, but don't let that get you down. What is the main focus? Trying to be the best. And I can't wait till we have that show. Oh, well, you guys already have that show, but I want to come for show number 2 about my New Year's resolutions, because I learned a lot about what I really want in life.
Have we done that
how I'm
yet?
going to work my life from now on after this trip. a big, huge
See if we've
realization.
done that yet.
No, we didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think we've
What
done
was
that
that,
yet.
Kelly?
We didn't do the New Year's resolution
Okay.
one yet.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
have
miss it.
not done that yet.
Nope.
Okay. So that was Meredith Whitney, the one I missed, because
Yeah.
of the extreme time difference. It's been
No,
difficult.
actually,
But
you were there for
good.
Meredith. You were
Okay,
there
I
for
didn't miss
Meredith
it.
Whitney.
Okay, because I've got a lot to say
God.
on that show. I've got.
Yeah, you were just
Yeah.
exhausted on the Meredith Whitney one.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. So when it's my 2 a.m., it's your 8 p.m. So then when I have to get up to travel to another little city over here in Germany, that means I have to get up in 2 hours. So if I have to take a few trains over to that city, I'm thinking, well, should I not sleep that night and do the show, or should I be sharp and healthy and have my sleep? So I've had to make those tough decisions along the way here these last 16 days. And sometimes I had to make the decision of, opting out. And it was very difficult for me. I struggled with it. I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to not do the show because I'm used to doing it every single day with you guys. So that was very difficult. So I just want to tell you guys on the air for the record, thank you for understanding and thank you for accepting that. I mean, it's really been tough for me.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
let me ask you this.
Thank
Are
you
you going to be with us tomorrow?
Oh, well, okay. Tomorrow I will be on the airplane. So if I could call from the airplane, it's about 16 hours, I will. But if not, no. So that would be unfortunate. But I am going to try. Sometimes, I mean, technology is getting really good these days, and you can actually make phone calls from the airplane. So I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, Kelly, what has made you happier with the show?
I have been very happy to be able to talk with as many people as we have, and to be able to experience the different things that we've had the opportunity to experience with people, and to see breakthroughs, and to be able to have the callers that we've had, to be able to follow them on their journeys has been incredible, because we've had people now that have been with us on, the entire time that I've been on, which, has been, a long time now. And since the fall of 2018, like September, and it's just amazing to see their journey. And I know mine has been life-changing. And it's just, like we're all moving in the same direction at our own pace, and it just, if you stop and think about it, it's a pretty neat thing. And then we have new people joining in, and to see this many like-minded people, improving and opening their minds and working towards the same, not the same but similar type things. We're all trying to help each other and pull each other up when we need to, when someone needs it, and, encourage. It's just a really beautiful thing. And I can't imagine not being part of this. And I don't want to imagine not being part of this. I mean, because it just means so much to me.
That is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very, very beautiful. Kelly always is so good with people, but sometimes she needs to have a support system too. And we're looking for ways where everybody can be supported and feel cared about, and where we don't have any negativity. And that is my New Year's resolution, to always be the best I can be and be the best for everybody. And so I've learned that along the way with the 8 months I've been with you guys, to think about other people. Yeah, other people and us, and not just think about myself. And so I think we have learned to be like selfless by listening to all these callers that call in and how good that feels when they get help. But we have to be there for each other too, because that matters so much. I mean, if we're not there for each other, then we're not going to be here for others. So I think it has brought us closer, the three of us closer as well, and Karen too, the four of us closer together. Really, Kelly, you feel that way too?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Yeah, because without that support system, then, if we're not all working together, then, how do we have a foundation? And without a firm foundation, where are we going? And
the foundation is everything.
Exactly. You can't be pulling in different directions and have it work.
You can't build on top of it if there's no foundation. You can't keep building. It's just going to keep crumbling, or it's going to be delayed. It's going to not move forward. It's a good analogy.
Yeah, you can't build a house on quicksand or sand. It's got to be done right.
That's right. And learn about when you're away from your home, how important home is. And when you're home, then don't complain about the home, because that's what I have been caught up with, is like, here I am and it's boring and I wish I was somewhere else. Well, no, let's appreciate every second and all that we have at home. So I've learned that too.
Because I noticed, tonight, I was seeing that candy photo shoot that you were in. You were apparently wearing this thing, and you were wearing what was that thing that you were wearing on your head, and Candy Studio or something?
Well, we actually did about 10 different sets each, in different sets. Elsie and I, with this photographer, we went to Cologne, Germany, and you guys, this is the coolest thing. Instagram has this warehouse, and they set it up in a warehouse, and they have about 25 different sets, and they have anybody can come if they pay the fee for 2 hours, and they can come, they can take selfies, or they can bring a photographer, they can, use it however they wish. And amazing, cute, all pretty much pink and different colors and sets and everything, and you can be as creative as you want. So we took the trip there, and the only thing I've posted so far out of about 15 outfits that I modeled was the crazy outfit at the end, which was the turquoise bodysuit and the crazy ears that were pink, fuzzy ears. The photographer, it was his dream to bring all the funny stuff and do this end shot where he's wearing glasses.
You were carrying the American flag,
and Elsie's got the wig, and he got this American flag. Barb, would you mind modeling with the American flag? I'm like, what a cool idea! And he had so much prepared for it and thought it out, and I love being creative like that. So that's the only thing that I posted. He actually didn't take that. It was a 3D simulation type of booth that you got in. And these people were amazing. They were all young, and they were so nice, and they were so accommodating and cool. It's different when you come abroad in Europe. It's so free. That's what you guys saw recently. but there was so much fashion that we did. Everything else was like fashion and really edgy and cool. So I'm excited about all of those, to see those photos that we did. That was really one of the highlights of this trip. So that was a cool thing. So this Instagram put together this warehouse where people could come and do that. And I mean, amazing that Elke and I were able to partake in this creativity. So I liked it a lot, and that was really cool. So thanks for watching on Instagram, where I posted those stories. And what made me feel good, because I just did a little video and then posted it on my Instagram, and then they reposted it. So that was cool. And yeah, it always makes you feel good when you are noticed for something that you're working on, and then somebody is acknowledging something that you worked on. And that's what I like, because I feel like I'm an artist and I create. And when I create and I work really hard all day long on something that could spark somebody's interest and make them feel happy, because that's what I want. I want them to feel something. You know, when a singer sings, they're not just singing because they sing. They want to, touch somebody. When I work, I want to touch somebody. So that made me feel good that I touched somebody. So thanks, Johnny. It was a wonderful day. Absolutely wonderful day. Mm-hmm.
Kelly?
Yes.
Do you have anything to add?
No, because I haven't been on Instagram, so I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. No, I'm hardly on it.
I didn't post it on the chat. I need to post it so she could see. Yeah, Kelly's been very busy because she has had a lot of babies lately. Tell us about what's going on in your life, Kelly, with all the wonderful babies.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was like all of a sudden we had, over the course of a few days, like 10 baby bearded dragons, and then I had one that seemed to have neurological problems, and I thought, honest to God, I thought it was dying last night because it was limp. And then this morning it was like acted normal. It was looking up at me, and I was like, what? Really? And I did some energy work on it last night, and I was like, okay, it's in God's hands now. And, Brian and I were both bawling because we thought that it was, leaving us. And I come, 5 o'clock in the morning, I got up with Brian when he got up for work. I'm like, you're not going to believe this, but the little guy is looking at me right now. I took him out, and he looks fine. Right now I'm feeding him by hand while we're on the show. And so it's like, I don't know what happened, but okay, he's eating. He's fine. I mean, he's looking at me right now and eating. So,
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So, it's all like a labor of love, and I've got more eggs in the incubator and 2 pregnant girls right now, bearded dragon. So, and he's been working like crazy in the wood shop in the garage, making tanks, custom tanks for the bearded dragon,
wow.
so that we can have, and because I've got a reptile room, and this way they can all have what they need for those in the reptile room, the appropriate sizes. We can have enough of them that have the stand they need, and the right enclosures to lay the eggs, because we have more females than we did before that are fertile, and, so they won't be stressed. So we're excited. It's just all of a sudden full, steam ahead, and it's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So,
it takes a lot of research and know-how and knowledge to be able to take care of these animals.
Yeah,
I
and
acknowledge you for doing so.
oh, thank you. I'm constantly learning new things, and I have actually had reptiles for 39 years, but I'm still learning because I'm constantly researching. So, yeah, I mean, I don't discount people that have had them for shorter periods of time, but it always scares me when people are, when they jump into buying one if they don't research, because I'm usually the one that ends up having to rescue it later when they find out that they weren't doing something properly or it takes more care than they thought. So, and I can't,
Of course.
There's a limit to how many I can take care of in the house. So I don't like to turn anybody's away that help.
Is it easy to find homes for all of these bearded dragons? Because there's a lot of babies. So what are you going to do with all the babies? And if not, are you going to keep the baby and they're going to grow up? So are you going to keep them, or is it easy to find homes?
It seems to be quite easy to find homes because people know that I'm a responsible person raising them. We've already we have a waiting list, but so far I still have some available. So,
well, Priscilla wants one. A bearded dragon. You said
really?
You did. Yeah, she wants one.
Aww.
I know, but she's freaking you. Well, but my mom's not going to let me. Well, okay, let's ask Kelly. Well, what goes into it? Okay, say we have one bearded dragon. What do we do, Kelly?
We have to get a very big tank for it.
Well,
to get a
Kelly,
what?
she's on the line.
We have to get a big tank, like a big fish tank.
Ultimately, a 40-gallon breeder tank, which is long and not tall, and then you need a UVA and a UVB type lamp and a heat lamp, and they need a temperature gradient so that they can get away from the heat if they want to, and they can also get up taller so they can reach the heat if they want to. So they need to be able to get away and hide from it, so the heat would be at one end. And then they eat a variety of insects, and they eat a variety of vegetables. And they eat more heavy on the insects as they're younger, and as they go further into adulthood, then they eat more heavy on the vegetation, and they eat a little less on the insects as they get older. And
that's cool. Okay, the vegetation would be easy, but the insects, I don't know. But
like worms.
But it's not like Kelly has to go out and find insects herself. I'm sure that they have at the pet store what they need, right, Kelly?
Oh yeah.
I like them too.
Outside.
I like chameleons too. I like chameleons. I like leopard geckos. And hedgehogs and ferrets.
Yeah, the pet stores would have what they need, and the reptile shows would have it cheaper for individual people that breed it. So, those would be the best bet. You don't want to catch them from outside because they can bring in diseases. So
what if we want one of your babies? What if we want? How are you going to get it to us?
You might be able to smuggle it to California. No, I'd have to read the laws.
You're going to come out for the photo shoot and bring us one.
Yeah. Stick it in my pocket. I don't know. I'd have to see what the laws are in bringing it across state lines because California is kind of interesting with bringing things in.
That kind of reminds me of the movie. Kelly, did you ever see the movie The Freshman?
A long time ago.
You know what it's about with Matthew Broderick?
It was so long ago I don't think I remember it. I just know that I think
Okay.
I saw it. So I'm not sure.
See, this is what it's about. You understand that that Marlon Brando is known for The Godfather, right?
Yeah.
And he's known for being this. And when he plays The Godfather, he plays this cold-blooded guy who would kill you like by just looking at you, you know. Well,
Mhm.
what happened was that there was this movie called the Freshman, and what it's about is apparently they wanted him to play Marlon Brando to play a character that was exactly like Don Corleone, except benevolent, because what he was doing was what he was what this guy was doing was smuggling endangered species away from being eaten, and like kimono dragons and everything, and it's kind of like, you know, this guy's like so nice, he doesn't curse or swear, and he's like, you know, and it's like here's Mr. You know, here's Matthew Broderick, and he's like, listen, I think I might be involved in the mob. He's hiring me for this job that's $5,000 a week, and I'm wondering what's going on.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to smuggle anything, but yeah, I do know that they ship reptiles from state to state, and I just don't know. California has so many special laws. I'd have to look into it and see if this would be one.
California is crazy with special laws. So,
In California, it's illegal to ship birds, like real birds.
okay. But
wow.
anyway, we are talking about Kelly has these wonderful bearded dragons that have laid eggs. They're hatching, and I'm looking at these beautiful pictures on the chat all the time. And this is a labor of love. This is something she's passionate about. And you know what? This is part of her life. And one thing that struck me so much lately is that, hey, you could have had any boyfriend and you could be like not into it. But thank God you have Brian, who seems to be just so much in love with this as you are. And he's building these handmade cages, and you know it is meant to be, because it's wonderful, and this is what life is all about. She has found somebody with the same. I don't know if he had the passion before for this, or it grew in him just because he came into your life and you had this going on. How did that happen?
It grew in him because, you know, he likes everything I have except the snake. I've surprised him, like coming around the corner with the snake, and that sent him to the other end of the room. I mean, so anything else I have, you know, he's totally fine with. So I have to announce when I'm coming out with the snake. But, you know.
Why does he not like the snake? Why does he not like the snake?
He had an experience when he was a kid. He used to live by a river, and one time when he went down to go fishing, there, like the trees there had all the roots kind of on the surface. He thought that he was going to be stepping on a root, and it moved. It was a snake, and it went over his foot. Yeah, ever since then.
That would creep me out too.
Mhm. So that did it. Ever since then, it was just like, nope, he can handle anything else. So, yeah. I mean, he's touched the snake before, and, you know, when he got a little bit comfortable when he was next to me, but it's just not something that he likes at all. So I respect that, and it's always been on lockdown unless I take it out. And I'll take it out, but just not around him unless he specifies that it's okay. Because I never want to ambush somebody with one of my animals that's not, you know, okay with it. So I don't need to cause people nightmares. But I do help people get over their fears of a certain animal, but like I said, I don't want to do ambush tactics. That never helps.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But,
baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. And so it really worked from there because he has a love of woodworking, and he saw the need, and he's learning as he goes, and he watches a lot of YouTube videos, and he's been acquiring different tools, and he's very proud. He set a window today using a router and some other techniques, and so he did that, and so that was used on an enclosure that we built, and so step by step we're getting there. And
yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
That everything in life like that, it might be seeming like, okay, that's not little, but something happened today, you guys, that was really quite interesting. This beautiful model that I met had something in her purse that was hanging out, and somebody said, well, what's that? It was a piece of yarn, and they saw a needle, and she goes, well, I do needlework, I'm doing knitting, and she tried to put it away. I'm like, no, let's see it. She's like, oh, no, I'm just learning. I'm just starting at this. And I go, well, what are you going to make? She goes, probably just like a hot pad for the kitchen. And Elkie said, well, why don't you make a beanie? And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm not that good. And I said, no. Make that beanie. Start the beanie. And you know what? It's okay if it's not perfect. Make the beanie because you're going to wear it. And, well, previously she had been talking about how she would like to find a love. She's alone right now, and she doesn't have a significant other. And I said, hey, you make that beanie and wear it, and if you're on the train or the bus or walking around, somebody's going to say, I like your beanie. And you're going to say, well, thank you. I made it. And who cares if it has a fray here and a fray there and it's imperfect and the colors are, it's not the right pattern or it's not perfect. She's like, oh, I can't make a beanie because it's not going to be perfect. I go, but that's the beauty of it. Just make the beanie and wear it. And that is something that Karen, when she's on for Psychic Night, she says, you're going to meet the guy when you're in the tomato aisle. Well, you know what? Like Kelly and Brian, they do their thing. They are raising these bearded dragons, and that's different. And you know what? It brought them closer, really. And she is, and a beautiful model who everybody's like saying, oh, well, she's not a homemaker. She doesn't know anything about, anything else except for her makeup or no, there's much more in her, and she has interest. And you know what? That's going to spark something. Just show. So my point is to show your passion. Don't be afraid. Don't hide it. Be yourself. Let it go. Let the world see. Let them see your flaws. You don't have to be perfect. And it's going to magnetize the right person to you. Or maybe it's not the guy, but it's the people, and that's going to lead to the guy. You know what? That is what life is about. That is what I'm learning with Life, Laughter, Happiness. Let it out. Be yourself. The difference in you is what is special. And oh my gosh, I'm getting chills because, and then she's like, oh, okay, I will. And I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And okay, this is what's so great about our show is when we have callers and they call in and they get help, and then they go off for a week or two or a month and they call back in, they're like, hey, this is what happened. This is so exciting because now when you meet somebody, you're thinking, okay, you give them a little insight of what you see in them, and then they might come back and tell you what happened, and that is what excites me. So I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's exciting too that I love to garden. I love to landscape. Brian doesn't like to landscape, but I do, and he loves to garden. And he's like thinking about all these vegetables we can grow, and then we can grow them for us, we can grow them for our animals, and it's like, oh, that's so cool. He loves to organize. I'm not very good at it. And, it's just like all these things that are so complementary. He loves to cook. I'm, not that excited by it, but he loves to. So, and it's like, wow, and it's just, we take care of each other. And, that's exciting,
And make sure you tell people, in general, tell people what you see in them and their talents and how that touches you. And because, you know what, maybe they haven't heard. And one little compliment goes a long way.
Yeah, and tell people how you appreciate them, even if it's just something simple that they did. Let them know how you appreciate them and appreciate spending time with them.
That's right. I like that.
Well, we have about 3 minutes left, but thanks for coming on, everybody. I want to thank Lori for calling in. Now,
yeah.
Is Lori
Barbara,
still here?
No, she's not there. But Barbara, did you want to do the shout out?
Okay, but Johnny, are you sure you don't want to take 30 seconds and tell us how Life, Laughter, Happiness is changing your life?
Well, I thought I did. I mean, it was before you came on. It was, but I'll elaborate a little bit some more. But I think that what it is that you both have it on an individual level. I mean, this is what I said about you, Barbara, before you came on, but I'll go ahead and repeat it so you can hear it. You've helped me become a lot more confident.
Really?
Barbara. Yes.
I have? Oh, good. I'm glad.
And Kelly has
glad.
helped me love life a lot more. Kelly has helped me love life a lot more. I mean, it's sort of like, and so it's actually kind of sweet the way that she kind of, in the beginning, one of the things I think about this, like, I was thinking about this. I was talking to Karen one time, and I was like, when Kelly comes in, and then she says, Johnny, you need to put a comma in the paragraph. Johnny. But then I said this to Kelly. This is what I said to Karen. This is kind of what I said to Karen. I said, but Karen, there was a time when she was afraid to call me because she was afraid she didn't know what to say and hurt my feelings. So I would rather have a lady that is going to say, Johnny, you need to put the comma in the paragraph, or Johnny, you need to put the period in the right place, than somebody that's afraid to call me, or I don't want to, I mean, like, oh my God, I don't want to, should I call him after the show? Should I, I mean, this goes for both of you. I don't want friends to be afraid to call me. And I and I don't want friends to kiss up to me. I want just to be a team that you could always, both of you can tell me, both of you can tell me how you feel about things. You know.
But I've learned a lot about you. I've learned a lot from you too, Johnny, because I have been afraid. Well, I don't want to call somebody because they might be busy or they're going to be bothered. They don't have time for me. But you're not like that. It's like you don't have a filter with that. You just call. And it makes me feel like, well, if Johnny can do it, well, I can do it too. I can just,
and also,
call anybody.
And Kelly, I mean, let me ask you this question, Kelly. Would you have the courage to say in the beginning, Johnny, I think you left a comment in the wrong for the wrong place? If this had been the first night that you... that was a quick answer. Well, why do you say that? That was a quick What did you say? But I mean, how were you in the beginning? Like, seriously. I mean, what was going through your mind in the beginning about that?
It was your show, and you write it however you want to.
I know. That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
And that is what is like the friendship that is growing between us all, to where we like test the boundaries and we realize it's okay. And, we love each other with depth of love. And I'm realizing a lot of things are okay. And that is such a great feeling, really great feeling. When friendships grow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Kelly. What happened in the beginning?
You know what? They see your flaws, and you know what? You admit your flaws. They see your flaws.
Okay,
you show your flaws. You admit your flaws.
Okay,
and
say
it
was in the beginning. Yeah.
Growing.
We have flaws? You're kidding.
Yeah. I want to know something. I want to know, how much torture it was for you in the beginning, Kelly, when you would see a grammar error and you knew you couldn't correct me on it. What was it like?
I was like, oh boy.
I know. How are you going to tell him? You don't know. Is he going to spin into a big depression over it? I mean, you don't know.
Or is he going to yell at me? I don't know. Yeah, so I was like, I'll just leave it alone.
I mean, are they going to say, you're over, bye-bye? I mean, yeah. So now I think we've all come to the point where we know each other, and it's great. It really is a good feeling. It really is, you guys. It really is. From the bottom of my heart, it's a good feeling to really know that, we can lean on you guys. We can lean on.
All right.
We can lean on each other. Okay.
So you ready for
the
shout out?
Okay.
Barbara?
Yes. Okay. So everybody, we're coming into the new year, and it's going to be such a great 2020. And thank you so much. We're getting these loyal listeners that are talking to us now, right, Kelly and Johnny? And they're giving us feedback, and that feels great. So keep on giving it, you guys. Yeah, keep on giving it, and we love it. And it's just an amazing feeling. So thanks, you guys, and make sure you stop by lifelaughterhappiness.com and all of our social media. We want to keep that going, and let's make that bigger this year. Let's just get involved. We have Twitter. We have Instagram, which is kind of like not getting a lot of activity, but we would like you to let's do it. Let's get some more activity on Twitter and Instagram. Our Facebook is going strong. Every day you can see what's next. Kelly posts that like clockwork for you all.
Thank
you can
you.
see what's next and what's coming up. And we've got the chat, and we love talking to you all. And we love you guys. So don't forget to follow us on YouTube, because that's where it is, you guys. That's where it is. We've got a lot of shows, and go there, pick and choose. And do not forget to subscribe, because that's only going to help us to help you.
Okay. Well, thanks, everybody.
Perfect.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah,
thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
have a good
everybody.
night.